Okay, let's do a traditional draft this time. We're gonna risk it. Could get stopped at any moment by my family. Welcome to the Manadad channel. We are doing a traditional Ikoria draft today, and we are waiting for seats to fill. My last video, I did the quick draft. It did not go well. I've had a couple okay drafts since then, a couple losers since then. Played some with my brother last night. My brother regularly reaches Mythic. He had a couple of accounts, actually. He often gets double Mythic in Limited. So I try to learn as much as I can. It's my younger brother. I taught him everything he knows. Now he's teaching me everything he knows. And it's a Wednesday morning, and apparently not very popular drafting here. I rarely see it take this long to fill up. Usually what you get is that one person who signs up and then doesn't hit ready, and then the timer drains out. Okay, I got 7. Maybe everybody's playing quick draft. Quick draft is what they call the bot draft now. So this is drafting against actual humans. You should be able to read signals and find a lane a lot easier than against the bots. The bots obviously leave some stuff. They rank some stuff way too poorly. Anything with synergy is very hard apparently for them to program. Stuff like Merfolk Secret Keepers and Cycling Deck in Ikoria. Of course, if you want to see how to draft the Cycling Deck against the bots and go 0-3 with it, you can watch my previous video. This is just a test here, so continuing to just be a test. And if I lose, I lose. But I'm winning because I'm building broadcasting skills right now, here with you. And we have a great rare. This is a nice start. Vivien's Monsters Advocate. Maybe the Brushwag would come back. That seems unlikely here. But don't have to think much about that pack. So what happens, it is a 5-drop, but if your opponent is not on board, you just quickly flood the board with these beasts and win the game, essentially. And of course the -2 is great as well, so you're looking at the top of your library, eventually you're going to see a creature, you can -2, you cast it, you get another creature, so you can just quickly overwhelm, flood people. I'm trying to think of what cards. I've had Vivien once before, but I didn't get it pick one, pack one. So if you're doing the full all-in on Vivien, do you go maybe like kind of a red-green trample creatures thing? You can also do white-green with the vigilance. Let's see what we've got here. So we got a Momentum Rumbler. That's a good creature. We've got a Humble Naturalist, which ramps us to big creatures. We've got the Dreamtail Heron, which is I think maybe the best power in the deck. And we've got a Snare Tactician, which is a payoff for the Cycling Deck. And Cycling Deck is so good, I almost want to just take a flyer on the Tactician. Because if we end up green-white, that would be pretty good. Also don't want to take a 5-drop necessarily, even though it's hopefully a 4-drop in your deck. Okay, Back for More seems very good with Vivien. Also the Ram Through. So we're going to go heavy creatures. Also the Great Horn. Got a lot of good options here. I like... just take the raw power with the Back for More. Or do we cut green with the ram through. I think we want to flood the board with small creatures. So it's back for more. If it's meant to be, it'll come back to us. Okay, well, black-green is getting hooked up here, but I think Symbiote or the Fertilid is pretty good. Monstrous Step has been hit or miss for me. Can be a removal spell. It can also just cycle, which is nice, but let's work with our Snare Tactician. Vantasaur does work with our Snare Tactician, and Vivien's minus. You do have to high pick these 1-mana cyclers pretty high because they're in a lot of demands. So I think I'll take that. I hate to put somebody into the mutate deck with the Symbiote, but okay, so here's a Sandworm, here's also Cycler. Farfinder's not bad too. Take our big boy while we can. Take our little boy while we can. If somebody snagged that back for more, they're going to want the Sandworm. But if they didn't, we're going to want the Sandworm. Okay, I think we're definitely green because of Vivien, so we'll just prioritize the green. It's not as good at cycling. Ugh. And then another Venusaur or the Naturalist. I think maybe this time we could also take the Farfinder because we don't know if we're going to splash something. Try the Naturalist.
I want number blocks.
And what's some number blocks? Number blocks. That was the Mana Daughter. Mana Daughter number 1. What did I miss? Looks like nothing. Opponent's just bogarting the packs, as it were. So, Sanctuary Lockdown seems pretty good with the Snare Tactician thing we got going. Otherwise, Glimmerbell's great. Mutual Destruction is interesting. Looks like the black-white deck might kind of be open. Should keep an eye out for that. The other good thing about if we can get a bunch of cyclers in here is that can get us to Vivien faster. And it can help us hit some land drops to get us to Vivien on curve. So that's what I'm looking at. I think I've made the mistake of picking too much high power stuff. Okay, so Deadweight is a good efficient removal. Lead the Stampede is going to be pretty good in a creature deck, I think. So I guess we'll pick it. It also has the advantage of being uncommon, so build our Vault. The Vault is when you get more than 4 of a card, you start building up little ticks towards getting wild cards. So I've definitely drafted more than 4 Lead the Stampedes by now, so I'm just building up ticks to get that next wild card. Okay, so we got Bushmeat Poacher, which could be good in the Go Wide deck. Facet Reader, it's not bad. Springjaw Trap could be played in anything. We don't really have any removal besides Ram Through. Not ready to high pick the Springjaw Trap just yet. We'll just protect black. So now we're back at pick 9. Let's see that first pack if the Brushwag wheeled miraculously, or if we've got another green player at the table. not get the Brushwag. So blue and black is what is left. Got the Corpse Churn, the Deadeye, the Facet Reader. We could protect blue. Corpse Churn can work in a creature's black-green creature's deck, or black-green-white. Guess we'll take it. And the Mamba. Got a Corpse Churn. You know, Corpse Churns are not great in multiples. If you get something like Luris, the Companion, that is a 3/2 lifelink that lets you cast cards of converted mana cost 2 or less from your graveyard each turn, the Corpse Churn is very good because you just, you know, the people are going to throw their removal at Luris, and then you can bring it back. Fortunately, there's not the same Bring Back a Planeswalker card in this set, at least in Common Uncommon. There's that green rare that brings things back from your graveyard. So solid footing. Let's just take a flyer on the Vigilance deck. Vigilance deck is very strong. It as long as you get the guy that gains you life. Also, the rare Felidar is great in it. Escape Protocol. I mean, I get these last all the time. I feel like there's, you know, there's maybe a Frostlinks deck or something. Oh, and there we get the Felidar. Wow. And the Heatbonder. So have to take the Felidar over the Heatbonder. Unfortunately, that Heatbonder might put somebody else on the Vigilance deck. But we'll just go hard on it and see. Ozolith, this is a card that is fake, you know, it's a trap, I think. Now the question is, pacifism versus ram through. I think in a lot of cases pacifism is better. Ram through is conditional on having the creature. However, do we know? I think with the Fronland Felidar, we know we're going to be white-green. So I think we can take that. I'm going to move black out for now and just see if we can go hard white-green. Okay, so Cub Warden is the go wide creatures. I think we'll take that. Rescuer is great too. We already have the Snare Tactician. So we have to remember that we would high pick the Cyclers. Great Horn, we wouldn't mind. Helica Glider, we wouldn't mind. The Flyers would seem to be pretty good in this format. Nobody's running Plummet. A couple people are running the Reach Spider, but it's expensive. Gets beat by, okay, wow. We've got a lot of choices here. We've got the Mutate go wide. We've got the Humans go wide. We've got Godzilla cycling. And we've got a ram through. So we will wheel something good out of this pack, I'm pretty sure. I think we're just going to stick with cheap, efficient removal. Sleeper Dart out of here. And don't necessarily want the Sabertooth if we can help it. The more of this removal we get, the worse lead the Stampede is. Okay, so here's our Brushwag. And I think we have to high pick it. We got one Sandworm. Wouldn't hurt to get another one. Also, Barrier Breach, totally playable here in our deck. But Brushwag, just great target to mutate on. So it's good in the early game. Good in the late game when you just have a ton of mana. What are the chances we get back that Heat Bonder? I haven't really seen any other Vigilance creatures coming through. So, Death's Oasis. Have not played this card. I've been told it's garbage. It could work in our deck, but we don't have any like fixing for the black. We don't have any black that we really want to play. I think I'm just going to take the Sandworm. Gives us another cycler for the Tactician. Okay, there's our dual land. There's a Vigilance, there's another Vigilance, and a Mutate, and here's a Mutate payoff. Okay, so let's take a look at... So we got Humans payoff there. We got the Vigilance payoff here. Blade Banish probably should be in consideration also as removal. Okay, I guess I took the Vigilance, the main serval there. Pacifism. Versus Godzilla. Really love Godzilla. I really want to play an 11/11. Cycling gives something trample. But you gotta take removal, right? Whoever got that back for more is just getting stacked with great creatures. Okay, so here's more creature ramp and a human. Sudden Spinnerets. We wouldn't hurt if that wheeled. With solid footing, it's a nice little combo. As long as it's on, it has to be solid footing. Has to be on a Vigilance creature to get the full effect, though. So right now we have main serval and Fronland Felidar as our Vigilance creatures, but Vivien can make 3/3 Vigilance creatures. We did not wheel the Heat Bonder, so that's too bad. But we're just in pack 2, and we've got a lot of playables. This crystal is potentially on color. That's a cycling card. So we just got the squirrel out of this pack. It's not that great. I'm just going to take it. I know that the tiger is more powerful, but I like the tiger. Okay, we got a Blade Vanish. Kind of just want to flood the board with creatures in this deck here. Like these Sabertooths. Unless we get the if we get that Kahira, the companion build around where you need cats and elementals and stuff, then oh well, look at that. We got our dual land last pick. Okay. Lava Brink Adventure. Keensight Mentor, that's a payoff for the Vigilance deck. Valiant Rescue, that's recycling. I think we know somebody else is maybe in Vigilance, and it doesn't hurt for us to have the sub theme because we got the Fronland Felidar, so I think we're just gonna snag this. Lava Brink is very good. It's a good 3-drop. You usually want to put it on even because most of the removal in the format is even. Somebody did a breakdown of removal by color and CMC for Lava Brink, so you could consult that depending on what your opponent's playing. Ram through. Oh, Mecha Godzilla. Why did that get past? And a Blood Curdle. I feel like, oh man. I mean, you just play this in any deck. It's good. Unless spells deck or something. I don't know what person to my right is playing. They didn't want Mecha Godzilla. Maybe they got the payoff for the cycling deck or something. But I'll take it. It's a giant, a 3/3 giant. Broad definition of what's giant there. Oh, okay, so hard choices here. Splendor Mare's great, and it cycles. Divine Arrows, just cheap, efficient removal. We got 2 pacifisms and 2 ram throughs. Can we afford to miss the Divine Arrow for the lifelinker? I think we can. The Giraffid is also going to be a vigilance creature if we really need it. Okay. So there's the glowstone. I've also just got another ram through. This just could have gotten. If I'd gone black and gotten boot nippers and ram throughs, I'd be in great shape here. I think I'm stacked enough on removal. It's great if the Crystalline Giant gets Death Touch, I guess. The ram through. I think I'll just go with the Glowstone Recluse. And here, the only thing that's for us is the Giraffid. Is there any reason to protect black? Maybe we protect black with the Unbreakable Bond. I think we'll get another Giraffid later. It's going to wheel. And if we do splash black, Unbreakable Bond is very good with our 2 Sandworms and our Vantasaur. Felidar, bring it back. Bring stuff back with lifelink. Seems very good. Here we can get the solid footing. I don't think we're the full vigilance deck, so we might just cut those. The Sandworm. Mutual Destruction. So, I'm wondering if we do splash black. We get Mutual Destruction and Unbreakable Bond. Potentially. Let's just grab it. Bubba Godzilla. Lucky Glider, Humble Naturalist. I think the lockdown and all these naturalists and the Snare Tactician, I think, and the Keensight Mentor, I think we have enough humans. Might be dicey. Kind of a mixture of humans and non-humans. That's what Survivor Bond works with, though. Guess we'll get that. I end up cutting that a lot, though. I mean, is 2 mana get a creature that already died in the game that much better than just having another creature in your deck? Get back 2 creatures that already died in the game. Yeah, you're ahead on board, or you have a lot of mana. Wow, so the Divine Arrow wield. Also like the Honey Mammoth, but just take removal. So let's take these Sabertooths out for now. They don't really combo with anything. Solid footing is interesting. Whoever moved into the... If they moved into the Vigilance deck, they definitely got cut, and unfortunately they cut the Keensight Mentor for me. So... Likely 8, I guess we could play it. Unexpected Fangs. 60 gems, so that means I got 3 rares I already had 4 of, so that's cool. Alright, let's build this deck. 47 out of 40, I think 17 land base is correct. We might adjust the plain forest ratio, but if you adjust the cards here in your pile first, the lands will auto-adjust as a little tip, so you kind of just always want to adjust that before you do the mana base. My instinct is to do the mana base first sometimes, but what are you going to do? Okay, so Sanctuary Lockdown. That makes all these naturalists, I think we want to run the naturalists, we're a creature deck. That makes them all better. Tactician. I think we've got enough. We'll run the Serval because it's great with the Felidar. I don't think we necessarily want these solid footings. You would want have a lot more vigilance creatures to make that work. Again, like I said with the Survivor's Bond, I mean, we do have a mix of humans and non-humans, but I don't know if that's really Great. Now, the reason to run it is because we're often going to be cycling these sandworms, I think, either to trigger the Snare Tactician or just to draw us into some action. So that would let us in the late game get one of those back to hand. It's not as good as the back for more kind of thing. But we have 3 of them in the deck, so what are the chances we're going to cycle all 3 of them and then need to get one back in a game like that? Hopefully we're winning with tapping down creatures and stuff. You can get that white tap removal. Those seem to get pretty high picked. I don't see those that often, even though they're uncommon. Cut it from the last deck I played too, not on camera. Let's leave the Stampede that good. How many creatures do we have here? We have 17 creatures now. That's a good amount of creatures, but what are our cuts here? I think I'd rather cut spells. I could cut Lead the Stampede. This Blade Banish, materially better than a couple pacifisms. I really like all our 3-drops here. Mecha Godzilla, Glowstone Recluse. Could count as a 4-drop a lot of the time. Splendor Mare, Snare Tactician, Keen Sight Mentor, Helica Glider. If I had to cut one of them, I would cut Helica Glider. I think we could cut one Sandworm. The other question is, or we bring the Sandworm back and we see if we can splash black for this Unbreakable Bond. So people are going to kill the Felidar as a really good creature to get back, and these Sandworms and the Vantasaurs are good to get back. I wonder if that's... Let's see how the mana base changed there. No, we don't have a lot of fixing. We could run a Crystal. Does that just slow us down way more? I think the cut is the Blade Banish. I think hopefully between the pacifisms, the Divine Arrow, and the Ram Through, we can take care of most things. And we're just going to flood the board with creatures and try and get wide, get big, get advantage, get to Vivien, and win that way. Let's see. It's going to be an experiment. Really? A hand with no land. Okay. And a hand with all one color of land. Wow. Okay. Well, the Shuffler really has it in for me from the get-go. We're going to keep this, hopefully cycle into a Plains, get down the Felidar, pacify something. Opponent's off to a fast start. Opponent could be holding up Essence Scatter here. I think we just go for it. We don't have anything to cycle to activate the Snare Tactician anyway. Okay, so it didn't seem to hang. The opponent just didn't have any 2-drops, I guess. Do they have a mutate for their egg? They have an otter. So that otter is a great target to hit with the pacifism, because we do not want that to be attacking us. So good chance they have like a Dreamtail Heron type mutate deck here. It would be more mana efficient to get down the Felidar, probably, but I'm just going to play it more aggressively. Okay, opponent goes digging. I'm not going to cycle the Splendor Mirror. I think I'd rather have it on board. Come in with the Snare Tactician beatdowns. So I can get down the Felidar. They might be holding back Blood Curdle. If they are, so be it. Next turn we can drop the Splendor Mare and cycle the Sandworm, maybe tap something down of theirs if they've got a threat on board. Did I say cycle the Splendor Mare? I mean play the Splendor Mare. Cycle the Sandworm. Doji doji do. Oh, okay, well, sacrifice a creature. I guess we'll sacrifice that. Take the ouchie boo boos. So we can't hold up tapping down the 5/7 and cycle the Sandworm, sadly. Does Bertiel 990 have in the 5 cards in hand? I think we're marginally ahead on board, but they are definitely ahead in cards. Looking at the pacifism, don't think they have removal in blue-black for pacifism. Could be wrong. Dark Bargain, okay. Just go and dig in again. So it's good to remember there's some kind of blue-black control deck. They got a lot of cards that don't affect the board. So I think we do have a good chance to get under them. Oh. So they dumped a Mythos of Nethroi? Huh. I wonder what they got that's better than that. If we can just get in a bunch of free hits with our lifelinker here. Oh, that was a big mistake. I always want to drop the giant pre-combat. Get a counter on it. That was a real boner move. I'm gonna see if that costs us. Nice and wide on them. They need blockers. Blood Curdle, okay. Cycle. Tap down. So, do we cycle this? If we draw a land, we can play it. So I think we're holding it back now. Don't really have a reason. Okay, good draw for opponent. That keeps him alive. Or it doesn't. So, it's a question we show him the ram through. Because this is a best of 3. We're going to watch some more number blocks? Did not get +1/+1, so we did not win here. They need to not attack with the harvester and get a second blocker here. Number block. Christmas. Okay, and I'm back. Pass to attackers. What's the opponent going to do? They are attacking. Wow, that is aggressive. Okay. They got some way to give it lifelink or something? Are they just conceding? Are they going to flood the board with creatures? Okay. Something. Alright, okay, so they could have one mind. I think you maybe just play the Night Squad Commando without the 1/1, unless they plan to mutual destruction here. So that was probably a mistake to play the ram through this early. If we didn't have lethal. What do you get, Giant? +1/+1 and Death Touch. Okay, opponent's gonna have to double chump anyway, unless they got a surprise. They are buying themselves a lot of turns. I'm also gaining 3 life off this Splendor Mare, so it's really like I'm taking 2 damage from the Harvester. Okay, they're gaining some life though. Killing one of our creatures. That's annoying too because now the commando can block the worm. Now it could be next turn the giant gets flying and this is game over. Could be opponent has a bunch of removal in hand and they just proceed to eviscerate me. This is very, very swingy. Now you want to watch alphabet blocks? Dougie. Opponent is all attacking, so do they have the card that kills thanks to damage? Oh, that's Menace, so I can't block that. Give him 3 life. This may be a mistake here. Just have another Night Squad Commando, though. I'll be glad I did this. Okay, they did have the Deadeye. Whew. Well, we'll remember that for the next game. And a Hunted Nightmare. Okay, yeah, it doesn't hurt to give me Death Touch. What are you getting? Death Touch First Strike. That is a great ability. Unfortunately, they can crack back for 13, so I have to not attack and hope they don't get removal among their 3 cards here. Opponent may have just slow rolled us very nicely. Dreamtail Heron, okay. I mean, that guy was already unblockable, but it would make me sacrifice a creature. Okay, let's go to the next game. So, is it worth putting in black? They definitely just... We're so close to getting there. I feel like we just stick with the plan. Blade Banish could come in. And what do we take out? That's not so great. We could take out a Naturalist. That works with the lockdown. We know they have the flyer with the thing. Could just take out another Sandworm. We're going to try to beat him fast. Or we could take out a land. So we do have a lot of cycling. Well, let's just run it at 41, why not? We'll be on the play once again. Okay. I like that giant. We'll hold back pacifism for their menace guy. Or for Otter. So let's see. Opponent plays nothing. We risk the Essence Scatter. We didn't see it before. Menace. Okay. Just use your premium removal. Question is here. We can start on the mutating the serval plan, or we could start on the Tactician lockdown plan. I think we're going to go Tactician lockdown. Depending on what removal they have, mutating the serval might be just 2-for-1ing ourselves. Okay, they got a Grim Dancer. That seems like we might need to pacify it. Sanctuary lockdown. Swing for 3. It's not a great position to be in. Opponent just has a grip full of cards here. We've got 2 cards, but we're probably going to combine them into 1. Okay, well, Bastion of Remembrance, that could be a lot worse. Just get in. Yeah. With all the removal we saw, I think, do we just want to go wide here? I think we might. We'll wish this Recluse was huge if they do play a Heron. So we could have a 4/5 Vigilance. I guess we'll just go wide. Crucial decision point. Death Touch. Guess we'll make a Flying Squirrel. Pass the turn. They're holding down the ground anyway. See, things seem to be very jittery. 1920 by 1080 quality level low. Frosty Links, okay. Okay, aggressive. No blocks. I think we have more damage to trade with them. So not sure what their plan was there. They don't have Deadeye mana. They're gonna give their guy +1/+1 on lifelink. Okay. I'm not thrilled about that, but I don't really want to cycle the Mantisaur. I think I just want to get it done. Opponent took a correct gamble there that I didn't have a combat trick myself. Alright, no blocks. We are in the hole here. We need some good top decks. We need some very, very good top decks. That is almost a good top deck. Alright, let's think about this. So, we can trade off our board for their 2 creatures. Or we can cycle a sandworm to tap something down. Yeah. Let's just hold back. They don't have a lot in hand. Let's see, they got combat tricks. More +1/+1 in lifelink. Yes, okay. And do we get a land? We do. Yeehaw! Let's take our free attack with the serval. And then, if they offer up to trade with the sandworm, do we just take it here? Because in a race, we're dead in 3 turns. They're dead in 4 turns. Plus that stupid bastion could make us dead even faster. And if they get a sack outlet with the coil bug. Alright. Let's take the trade. Deck. Shuffler just doesn't want me to win. I feel like we have good cards. We have, we haven't gotten Vivien yet. Haven't gotten Felidar yet. Okay, so this means they probably have the Deadeye. Or they're just taunting us. Nope, they always have it. Always have it. Great. Opponent has seen a few more cards than me because of the... There's now I get the Keensight Mentor too. Almost don't want to kill the Scorpion. I think they just keep attacking here. They got the Bastion out. They're going to grind me down. Do we just kill the Scorpion now and take the licks? Or we make them waste their mana, bring back Coil Bug and recasting it every turn? But then that just does Bastion damage to us. There's no good way to win this, I think. Okay, well I can pacify the coil bug. That's kind of the last thing I want to do. Buys me another turn. Opponent. Shuffler, hey, you think you just draw some lands here, or we got a kill spell? Alright. Was it a good game? I'm not sure it was. They had what they needed to defeat me at every turn. So, off to a terrible start once again. I'll catch you back later. Hopefully we can win the next 2 games and hopefully get 1,000 gems in 4 packs. Best we can do. Yeah. That is the treadmill going on. I'm gonna go 0.8 miles per hour. I got the mana baby strapped to me. Do not walk with the baby strapped to you on a treadmill at home. This is a professional here. Alright. We're back for game 2. Match 2, really. Game 3. This deck didn't do so well. Still haven't gotten to play Vivien. Got the Feldar out once. I want to play that Vivien. I want to play that Vivien mana baby. I will be teaching her and her sister how to play Magic right now. I'm working on teaching her sister letters and numbers. That's the most important thing for learning to play Magic. There are actually ways to appreciate Magic just from the artwork. I think they're still a little young for that, though. Alright, so let's play first. In a vacuum, seems good. Got Vivien. Humble Naturalist doesn't help us ramp to it, unfortunately. We don't have anything to pop the Cub Warden on. So, it's not the ideal hand. We'll give it a shake, though. Boot Nipper. With Death Touch. Well, that is easily defeated with a Ram Through. Do we think they're gonna mutate it? Should we just get on board? Yeah, you can fall asleep. You can fall asleep. Oh, what I wouldn't give for a Porcupine right now. Okay. So, we can just play the Cub Warden. Keep growing our board. They get some free attacks with the old Boot Nipper. Either they're really good at bluffing or they've got the dead eye. I'm gonna go no blocks. I'd rather hit with the Cub Warden for 3 lifelink and just make up the 3 I took. Deshkvad Marshal. Oh, okay, Feladar. Interesting. Can't double spell with Ram Through Divine Arrow, but can play the Feladar to be mana efficient. Let's go ahead and get in with the Cub Warden. back some life. Let's pop that Felidar down. Once again, they're just swinging big here. I'm going to go ahead and put my Felidar at risk. Oh, coordinated charge. Was not expecting that. The Sanctuary lockdown is super not great. Let's ram through here. Gain some life back. What tricks does opponent have this turn? Just staying aggressive. Well, so we trade off the Humble Naturalist with our Sanctuary lockdown in hand. I think so. Okay, they had Divine Arrow. It's okay, we'll get him with the same next turn. Skybonda. Let's cycle the Venusaur. Oh, why the Shuffler doesn't want to give us lands in general. Dead weight, okay. That's fine. It's done a lot of work for us. We got Vivien! We got Vivien! We got to play Vivien! We got to play Vivien! Let's make a creature with reach. Let's hope they don't have removal for it. Then we'll be okay. We'll pass the turn. La di da 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 da. Wow, and they gave up. On to game two. On to game two. What do they have? They have a lot of little stuff. Wonder if the Mamba could ever be in consideration. Solid footing blow them out. Certainly the Great Worm didn't seem great there. I wonder if the lockdown is just too optimistic. I'd just rather have a 2-drop creature, combat trick, Survivor's Bond, maybe? That way I can trade off my creatures early and hope to bring them back. Well, I think I'll keep it. It's very still slow, especially in the draw here. Well, not off to a crazy fast start either. I'd love for the Felidar to stick to block for Vivien. Sabertooth. take a hit? Guess so. I have no spell to cast on 3s, so... General's Enforcer, okay, that's a better target, potentially. Keen Sight Mentor. Dropping it for low value. And they're attacking with the Sabertooth. Let's make them use up their Divine Arrow. And a boot pepper. Off to a fast start. Okay, so Felidar, or do we just pacify the 2/1? Hey, they're not a coordinated charge, man, huh? They another fight as 1. Taking some big hits here. I think we can start the Vivien train rolling. We'll go with Vigilance. And they gave up. Wow. Opponents clearly played against Vivien before, because they don't like to sit around and watch it just accrue value. And that's how you win 2 games very quickly with this deck. Okay. So this final round is for a pack versus 4 packs and 1,000 gems. So we really would love to win 1,000 gems in 3 packs. Are you my good luck mana, baby? Let's see. Hey bro, I'm recording on my other account. I'm not broadcasting it, but I can put you on FaceTime.
You're recording on this one?
I'm just recording to drive so I could upload to YouTube.
Oh, gotcha. Are you gonna do a draft?
Yeah, after this I'm gonna draft. We could see if this is a good test actually. If the microphone is gonna pick this up with you talking, I would.
It sounds fine. So you want to do it on FaceTime? You don't want me? You're not gonna be able to talk to me?
Well, I got one more. I did a best of 3. I'm 1-1 right now. So.
Oh, you have more than one draft.
I'm gonna finish up this match.
If you see, I just got against whichever way is 2 seats away. He had a green-white vigilance deck. He kind of pushed me out of green. I was going to 3 green, but
yeah, you ended up in your right in your favorite lane with the sack.
I didn't get the black red sack, but I got the General Pluto and the General's Enforcer. Some human, non-human game, I guess. I don't know if it's good or not.
This is my brother I was talking about, everyone.
I'll call you on the FaceTime now.
Alright, later. To move the microphone. Apologies if this makes a lot of annoying sounds. I drafted around my Vivien here. I got it. Last 2 games I got it and I won. Like the opponent just conceded when it came down.
Vivien was 3 green.
You're thinking of for the Spark Vivien or M20 Vivien or something? Okay, well let's. I think I'll get down my first striker. Black-white. What do they got? They seem to be black-white cycling, kind of schmawiggy. So this is, yeah, best of 3. This is my final match, so it's for 1,000 gems and 3 packs. I feel bad for whichever one of us loses. Right, Mana Baby?
Last one. And you have a baby.
That's right. No real names, please. Guess I can just shoot this guy and drop the naturalist? Is that...
You can hold back the ram too. This is what he did. He can't attack through the naturalist, so you don't need to use it.
Yeah.
You're afraid of gaining 1 life in the cycle.
1 or 2 life? I don't think so. I'd much rather save it, ran through to hit a snare tactician, which they definitely have in their deck if they're running this many cyclers. Well, it appears to be stuck on lands, which I sympathize with because we've had that happen a couple times here. So I could Sanctuary lock down the Snare Tactician, or I could just get down Vivien and start making creatures, which I think is what I want to do. I do have the Mentor, the Vigilance Mentor, and the Fronland Felidar, so I think my instinct is to go Trample here, but I think I'm going to do Vigilance in case we draw into those, because we're going to... Okay, they're corpse churning, just digging. Glad we didn't shoot down anything. They got a Vantasaur. Okay. No attacks. This opponent's not snap conceding to the Vivien and to the Mana Stick. Yes, they must have good stuff in hand. There's the main serval. Let's send in this 3/3 and see what happens. Vivien's not under pressure. We could go minus.
What does it do?
It's
I think you just keep creating a wide army. You go wide here. You dump your creature.
Well, if I do the minus, I can dump the Snare Tactician and get a 2-drop, I guess. It goes straight onto the battlefield.
No.
I got a Humble Naturalist off the top deck here, so I definitely want to cast that and see what I get. Okay, now I gotta land on the top. Yeah, I'll just make another Vigi. Beast. Vigilance. And
you can play your Tactician.
Tactician. And the main serval. see. What if they've got that 4-mana board wipe?
What's that?
The extinction event, hitting all odds or evens. Oh, they go Farfinder. They're unlocking the 4th land.
Those are ridiculous attackers once we drop this thing.
Okay, so we got Glowstone Recluse. That's... Cast that onto the main serval. Over. Splendor Mare.
I think you played the Sanctuary Lockdown and you attack with your side, basically. It's devastating.
Well, I got creatures on the library. I don't attack with the Humble Matchless because I can play one more creature just off the top here. Or I could hold up Ram through. Alright, let's go combat.
Feels like you're not inflicting max damage here.
I think I should get in with the other Naturalist too.
You should have played the Lockdown, and then you can't kill your Snare Tactician here.
Well,
yeah.
I can get him with the Ram through now.
For another 4.
I wish I had that lifelinker down now.
I mean, that extra 4 damage would have felt pretty good here. I mean, you won this game. I'm not sure why you said it, but...
Oh, they're just trying to see what's in my deck, so I guess they succeeded in finding that Ram through. Okay. So we know they're black-white, small stuff. Put in the Survivor's Bond. I take out a Sandworm. Sandworm seems good if they're small stuff. I have been just taking out Sanctuary Lockdown.
How many humans do you have?
I've only got 5, I think.
Yeah, it feels a little weak then. It is a good tap down. That ability's unrelated, but your vigilance is probably your best.
Wow, it's moving really slowly here. Mana Baby is asleep. What time is it? 1:30 in the afternoon. I'll report to Mana Mom. Alright. Seems like I can never get my 2-drops in my opening hand. Speak of the devil. Hunted Nightmare. Yeesh. Okay. Glad I had a creature. guess if we lose this game, Blade Banish is coming in. Rocket Glider. Flying or First Strike? Flying. This board's... I'll just trade these guys out. Well, the squirrel didn't get Death Touch. We got Divine Arrow. It's gonna be a blowout. Blood Curdle. Ouch. Okay, now I need to draw removal. That's not removal.
Well, you can play your Tactician.
I can put down the Tactician and start tapping it down for 2 turns. In retrospect, that was a bad block. I mean, I guess I did get them to spend their Blood Curdle pretty early. Now they've got all the mana in the world over there. So do I.
Yeah, I think you're fine playing it.
I don't attack because they're holding up Divine Arrow.
Don't wanna test them.
It's not worth it. I need to tap down this guy. Almost at the mana to cast it though. Get me a good threat. Pacifism. Okay. Spamming the board with Farfinders, fine with me. Better that than mutating on them. Alright. Let's find out if they've got the Divine Arrow. If they did not want to use it. Pacifism. Greater Sandworm mana. Pass the turn. Okay. You're gonna wish you saved that. Chip in with the Keensight Mentor, I guess. I could give it lifelink. Oh, dough. Value. I'm gonna break the board stall here. Oh, look, the planes.
Kill it now.
Oh, Luris. No wonder they're playing so many small drops. What are they gonna get back? Well, they don't have anything to get back at the moment.
Pacifism they can get back.
Draw me something good. Well, pacifism is on there for good, I think. Could have attacked in with the Cub Warden there. Tried to blow him out with Divine Arrow.
If you put everyone on it, your dude would still die.
Okay, so I think they've got the coordinated charge, but they're not going to have it with Lutri or Luris.
What does he get through if he put the 1-4
So
on the 1-1? He can't kill that. He can't kill the 3-5 with the coordinated charge. He wouldn't have been able to kill the 2-3 there. Would have wanted to block the 2-2. Instead of +1. He didn't have it.
I guess not. Not sure. Blitz Leech. Okay. That was their big plan. I'm going to trade out for my Cub Warden. Do hate to see that Cub Warden go. Gained me back some life though. Dark Bargain. Okay, refilling their hand. Getting more ammo. I know they've got Corpse Churn. They could probably bring Luris back. Oh, Luminous Broodmoth. Wow. One had some good rares. On color rares. On color, on theme. Oh, that's pretty good. Reason to keep dumping lands, I guess. You can trample over the Farfinder, it'll come back flying. Oh. Play around the Deadeye.
Yes.
Do. Snare Tactician. It's annoying. Hopefully they're out of ammo though. Okay, Might be able to tap down my Brushwag for a turn or two. Oh, pacifism, no! Opponent just had all the ammo.
You take out his 3/4 flyer here.
Yeah.
Pretty important.
So wait. Let's see what they put down. It's the Battle of the Pacifisms here. MTG Arena. I like the other game where your opponent never drew any land. No, that wasn't nice. Opponent's definitely earning their win here. Not making it easy for them. I have Vivien still in the deck. Get one of my rares to turn it around on their rares. Oh, it's thinking. What they drew, that requires so much thought. So if they did get their coordinated charge, I think about cycling it versus playing it maybe. Trying to add up the damage. Is there any way I can get them to play the coordinated charge and then do the ram through? Seven damage to your Broodmoth. I'll take one. Squad Commando, okay. That was what required all that thought? Of course, you had unblocked in the air? They're just trying to think about attacking with the Snare Tactician? Sure. 3/3 lifelink, why not? Hold down the ground. Baby sleeping away. I have a blocker? Okay. What do you got, opponent? So they're working hard on bringing this to mobile, huh?
Yeah.
was listening to that Limited Resources interview with the general manager. It'll be interesting to see how they do that. I feel like they've done a very good job with this amount of screen real estate, but shrinking it down, that's going to be tricky. I mean, look at my lands, are already very small if you're trying to tap. I guess the auto tapper is pretty key for that. Well, sure thoughtful. They're thinking about. Do I have attacks with the 3/3? No. Let's pass. Man, if I could just get a vigilance creature, I could be pumping it every turn at least. Somewhere in these 17 cards is my Vivien planeswalker. Opponent's got 12 cards, so they've seen 5 more cards than us. And they've thought twice as long about every card. They've got 1 timeout left. I've got 4. This is for all the marbles for opponent, though. They have to win this and win the next one just to get any gems or packs. Well, 4 and 3 packs, 3 additional packs. So. Okay. Another very thoughtful 1 damage attack. Drops a land. Survivor's Bond. Ooh. Let's see what we can get. Hold on. What do I even have in the graveyard? Got the Cub Warden and the Naturalist. Or do I take another Sandworm? Or do I take the Glider?
So the 2-mana creatures can't be. He can't block the Sandworm, can he?
No, not currently. So I guess I'll take the Sandworm. Human and non-human, please. Humble naturalist. And the Sandworm. Now, I can play the Sandworm. I cannot play the Sandworm and the Naturalist. That's okay. Let's see if opponent has yet another pacifism. A pacifism tribal. Okay, let's get in with the Sandworm. See if we can flush out any tricks they might have.
Then you can make a vigilance creature and start.
I think I make a reach first to stop the Farfinder from pecking down Vivien. They mutate like onto the Farfinder with the 4/4 or something. And they gave up. Vivien, Monsters Advocate or Vivien Conceder's Hastener, Concession Hastener. So we should call it. Okay. Well, if you stuck around to the end, make some comments. What do you think of my baby? Wish you good luck. What do you think of my brother's commentary? Would you like to have him on the channel? What are you doing watching a channel that has very few videos and the last video was me going 0-3? I don't know. Why are you here? Let me know. I'm curious. You're curious. We could be friends. You're getting in on the ground floor of something that could be huge. So leave a comment. Hashtag Vivien Concession Hastener. Catch you later.